Welcome to your yoga practice to help ease menstrual cramps. In this practice, we will be focusing on easing tension in our pelvic area as well as improve circulation, keeping our movements nice and gentle and keeping the belly soft. When you're ready, come and sit onto your mat, grab some water, and let's begin. You're starting just seated on our mat, so find a comfortable seated position. Sit nice and tall. Placing your hands on the knees, gently closing your eyes. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Again, nice deep breath in. And release. Last time, nice deep breath in. But this time, as you breathe out, make it a very silent breath out. Gently open your eyes. On your inhale, hollow the back, open your chest. Maybe look up. Exhale, round the back, chin towards chest. Inhale, hollow back, open the chest. And exhale, round the back, chin into the chest. Just repeating that a few times in your own breath. Make the movement as small or as big as feels good for you. And again, just focus on keeping your belly nice and soft as you move through our seated cat-cow. From here, as you are rounding your back, just roll all the way onto your back, taking your knees into the chest. If it feels good for you, you can keep the knees a little bit apart to allow some more space for your belly, for your pelvic area. And then just again, let's bring some gentle movement into it. Rocking left and right. And then let's start circling our knees. Again, make the movement as big or small as what feels good for you. No right or wrong here. And then circling the other way around. Just keeping your breathing nice and deep. But not forcing anything. Finding stillness. Again, I usually like to keep my knees slightly apart when I'm on my period. So I am able to release any pressure on that area of the body. But if it feels good to add a little bit of pressure for you, you can just keep your knees together. I know that that's a very personal thing. And gently come back up into a seated position, rolling over onto your knees. Big toes together, knees apart, sitting all the way back onto your heels and walking your hands forward into your extended child's pose. Just allowing your forehead to rest on the mat. Again, focus on those nice deep belly breaths. Let's take a last breath here. And gently come back up and sit down on your mat. Okay. Stretch your legs out in front of you, keeping the legs slightly active. So pull the toes towards the face. Spine is nice and long. If you notice you are either falling back or rounding the back here, feel free to find some height. So come and sit onto a pillow, onto a blanket, a block, whatever you need. So staying upright should not be taking too much effort here. Usually I would instruct you to keep the feet together. This time you're taking them at least hip width distance, maybe even a little bit wider if that feels good for you. Because as we're moving forward in the exhale, we want to keep a little bit of space for the belly. All right, moving until we're about at 80%, and then when we are there, just rounding the back and releasing all the way down. Feel free to find some support if that feels good for you. So maybe it feels good to lean on a pillow or lean on a block. We are going to keep our legs slightly active, but try to relax as much as possible in your belly, your spine, your shoulders. Let's take a last breath here. Gently coming back up. Place any props towards the side if you have them. And then let's find our way back onto our back. Taking the knees into the chest. Again, feel free to just open up the knees a little bit to keep some space for your belly. And then placing your left leg stretched out on your mat, keeping that right leg into the chest. And let's just kind of circle your knee, just bringing some movement into it. Maybe left and right, maybe into the chest and back. So just make any movements that feel good for you. Making them as big or small as what feels good for you. Find stillness. Place your right arm out onto the mat beside you. And on your exhale, bring your right knee all the way over to the left to come into a spinal twist. Feel free to support your knee with a block or a pillow. And try to keep both shoulders onto your mat. So if you notice your right shoulder lifting, gently roll back a little bit. And also don't force yourself to go as deep as you possibly can. Feel free to go a little bit more gentle on your body. If that feels better, if that helps to keep some space in your belly. And let's take a last breath here. And gently coming back towards the middle and switching sides. So right leg straight onto the mat. Taking your left knee into your chest. Just really pulling it into the chest for a moment. And then again, let's bring some movement into it. So maybe bring your knee left and right into the chest and away, or maybe circling the knee. You can use both hands or allow your right hand to just rest either on your hip, maybe on your belly, maybe just the floor beside you. Whatever feels good. Gently find stillness. Then placing your left arm out towards the side, and on your next exhale, gently bring your left knee towards the right, coming into your spinal twist. Again, feel free to support your knee if that feels good for you. You don't have to go all the way down. We're going to keep it a bit more gentle. So if you want some support, grab your support. And then check if both shoulders are still grounded onto your mat. So in this case, if your left shoulder lifts, gently roll back. Maybe allowing your head to fall towards the left, take the twist into your neck. And just trying to relax into the posture. Let's take a last breath here. On your inhale, gently come back to the middle. And then we're moving towards a wall. Oops. So I like to just shove my hips up against the wall, lay down, and then bring my feet up. Okay. So again, keeping your feet about hip width distance, maybe a little bit wider. Feel free to maybe place a blanket under the hips. And in this case, I like to keep my hands on my lower belly. But if you prefer, you can just allow them to rest out onto your mat, or maybe hands on your chest, hands on your belly. So feel free to just see what feels good for you. You can stay here as long as you like, maybe even up to about 20 minutes. Really nice posture to do also before you go to sleep at night. And just try to relax as much as you can. Nothing to do, nothing to think about. Let's take a final breath here. Taking your knees back into the chest and then rolling away from the wall and back onto your mat. Okay. Soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to fall open into your Supta Baddha Konasana. If this is very sensitive for your hips, for your groin, feel free to support your knees with either blocks or pillows. And then again, I like to just place my hands on my lower abdomen here, but feel free to place them maybe on your hips, on your legs, maybe just beside you. And then again, try to relax as much as possible, just allowing gravity to do the work for you. Breathing into your belly. Just finding nice, deep, gentle belly breaths. Let's take a final breath here. Gently stretch out your legs. Arms are coming alongside the body with the palms up. And just finding your way into Shavasana. Gently closing your eyes, allowing the feet to fall open, and relaxing into your mat. Releasing any tension you may still be holding, maybe by gently contracting the muscles and then relaxing them. Trick that can help. Maybe there are some final movements you want to make that you feel like you need right now. Feel free to do so. And then just relaxing, taking rest. Gently bring your attention back to your breath. Bring some small movements into your fingers and your toes, hands and feet. And gently allow the movements to become a little bit bigger. Maybe giving yourself a nice big stretch or making yourself small. So just see what feels good for your body. Gently finding your way back up into a seated position. Still keeping your eyes closed for a moment. On your inhale, circle your arms up until your hands touch overhead. On the exhale, gently bring your hands down in front of your chest. Take a nice deep breath for yourself. Take a nice deep breath for someone you love. Take a nice deep breath for our practice today. And finally, take a nice deep breath for the world in which we live. Bowing down towards yourself to thank yourself for your practice, that you took the time out of your day to follow the class. You can gently open up your eyes again. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you would like to practice on, I'll have some up on the screen. I wish you a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye!